What's going on, everybody? Today we're back with another Harbor Freight tool haul for you guys. As we all know, we go in there for one thing, you always end up with a couple of things extra, or you see the discounts, the freebies, and the 20% off coupons or the extra coupons or whatever. So without further ado, the first thing I picked up is the inline spark checker, the circuit tester for the spark plugs. This one here is mainly for the straight wires here, but I'm sure you could probably figure out a way. They also do make some that have an L-shaped wire as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and show you guys. Also picked up a couple other things here and show you guys the pros and cons of some of their impact sockets and what's the difference in them and which ones you should probably buy. Now, the first thing here is, like I said, just a standard spark checker. I just bought this one to replace my other one. Nothing fancy about it. There's no need to go on the tool trucks and spend a whole bunch of money for a basic spark checker or tester. Now, if you wanted to spend a little bit extra money on one that's decent or better, you could probably find one online or wherever else, but no need to spend a whole bunch of money on just a basic spark plug tester that just plugs in and does the same thing as everything else. Now, I'm sure some people might disagree on that, but like I said, I picked this up for like $4, $5 from Harbor Freight. No need to spend a whole bunch of money on it. The next thing I picked up is this right here, is what they call the Impact Star Socket set. It's a 7-piece set, part number 67898. Of course, lifetime warranty. This is the 1/4 inch and 3/8 set here. Now, if you guys never seen a inverted Torx, this is what they look like. It's a female or inverted Torx or e-Torx, whatever you want to call them. Essentially, it's inverted Torx. You might see these on a lot of Fiats or BMWs or European cars. You'll see a lot of these kind of bolts and stuff on Europeans vehicles. Also, between the difference in between their impact sockets is these are impact sockets, of course. I can't usually find, I haven't been able to find this set. That's why another reason I was kind of on the look for these, because they usually, my local Harbor Freight doesn't carry them as much. So I wanted to go ahead and pick these up. When I seen them, they were like $10 for the 7-piece set. It's got an E6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. Like I said, again, that's a 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive set. Not a bad little set for what it is. For $10, you can't beat it. But I want to show you guys the difference between some of their impact sockets. I picked up another, what I was really in there for was to pick up some of their larger impact sockets. And of course, I used my 20% coupon for this. I picked up the 13-piece impact metric socket set. It's got a 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 27, 30, and 32. And if you guys are looking for the part number on this kit, is a 69279. Now, difference between their impact socket sets, guys. When you're looking at their impact sockets, you'll notice two different types of coatings. You'll notice this coating here is more of a smooth, and their writing is actually printed on there. And you'll notice this type of impact socket they offer is kind of more of a matte finish. Well, the ups and downs of these, if you notice this here, the lettering, it lines directly up with the bottom. So when you're putting it on your socket tray and it's facing you, and you open your toolbox or your trays or whatever you're carrying your tools on, you can show face directly straight in front. Now, with their other impact sockets that have the matte finish, if you look on this and how the way the print is on it, this one says E16. Okay, it's an inverted 16 Torx. Now, it does not line up with the bottom. So when you go to put it on your rail or your socket trays, it's going to be off a little bit. So see if I can get it in closer. When you think it's straight, because right here directly at the bottom, that's straight. So when you look at it, they're always kind of off to the side. So when you look at their sockets, and instead of being printed straight with the bottom of the holes, it's going to be kind of printed off to the side here, or maybe towards the back, or somewhere off the wall. Now, the only downside to these that are actually printed and coated the way they are is they're not etched in. Now, you can always engrave or etch the numbers in the socket, so if this ever does wear off, you can either take it back to Harbor Freight, or you can always, like I said, engrave it at the bottom. So these are probably the better ones to buy. I almost accidentally picked up the other set until I seen they had these. From my experience, the other ones that have the matte finish wears down and they look like a silver socket. These, the coating will just wear down a little bit, like any type of impact socket or any socket that's really coated. These are chromoly, or actually these are chrome vanadium instead of chromoly. These are actually, yep, these are chrome vanadium. So both of these are chrome vanadiums. Now, the other thing that I picked up, of course, we always like the free stuff. Anytime we go into Harbor Freight, you get the free coupons. You always love the free stuff. You can never have too many magnetic parts trays laying around, so these are always helpful to have. You can usually pick them up for $2 or $3. But if you can get them on a free deal, always pick the parts trays up. There's no need to spend a bunch of money on a parts tray. It's a magnet, a piece of metal. You know, it does the same thing for all around. Now, without further ado, the last thing I picked up, I haven't actually tried this out before from Harbor Freight, and I wanted to see how well it's going to work. And I'll probably do a long-term review or a use video on this to see how it's actually going to work. I picked up the 21-piece tap and die set. This is a SAE set, part number 61398. Of course, it does have lifetime warranty like they claim it does. But this little set here, it's got the taps, it's got the dies, it's got two different T-handles. So you got a T-handle for your taps, T-handle for your dies. You've got various sizes for your dies, so you can thread external and internal threads. You guys never seen tap and die. This is usually your tap. The other ones are usually your dies. You know, I wanted to pick this up and see how it's going to try it out. Now, the only thing I don't like is that it comes with this little, very small, very riggedy, rinky-dink, small screwdriver. Now, obviously, if you're going to use it, you're going to probably use something from your actually own tools, something a little bit better quality. So, with this being thrown in there, they just throw it in the kit, I guess, if you ever need it and you don't actually have the tools. But I wanted to pick this up to see how it's going to work. Like I said, this comes with just about most of what you need. Your dies here, your taps, both your T-handles, and your little set screw on this one here. I'll actually pull this one out and show you guys. Of course, this is usually just your T-handle for your dies, and the other one here, if you get this one out. And this is for the T-handles. Now, you would actually separate it open to put your piece in there and let it sit. Tighten it down with your screw and put your tension on it here. So when you inset it, you would set it down just like this. Make sure your handles are inset and tight. So it should essentially look just like that when you're turning it and have it locked down. Now, like I said, I'm not saying these are best quality. I haven't never used it, one from Harbor Freight. I've used other ones and used ones of quality. I wanted to try it out. It was $10 just to try it out and see how it's going to work. I've got a couple things and projects kind of running around the shop at work, and I wanted to see how it was actually going to work with it. So we're going to test it out on a couple small stuff, nothing actually vehicle wise, but a couple small things I was going to use it for around the shop that I had that just kind of messing around with. And we'll see how well it works, and we'll probably try to do a video on it. But overall, it's not a bad little tool haul we got today. Spent less than $50 on this whole setup here. You know, like I said, that the tap and die set was $10. The star socket set was, you know, $10. The large socket set was $20 with a 20% off discount. And we got, you know, the spark checker for $5, and then free magnet tray. Of course, we always like those. Again, like I said, you can never get too many of those coupons and free stuff in there. So anytime you get a chance to get the free stuff, always get it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do some more testing with some of this tap and die stuff, and some more testing with some of this other stuff. See how well it works and how well it holds up. So maybe we'll try to start doing more in-depth Harbor Freight videos, so you guys can actually see how well some of this stuff is holding up, and maybe an in-depth review, maybe show you guys the pros and cons of some of this stuff. If you guys like today's video, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. If you like my channel and my rest of my videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Always subscribe. If you want to hit the notification bell, make sure you guys do that as well. I appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks. We'll see you guys next time.